Diabellstar lore means we need to go take a look at how the White Forest is holding up. You guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Leave a comment down below when you be walking away with a booster pack as per usual. Holy crap, new Diabellstar lore coming out this morning, and you know, I'm already seeing assets just gassing up here. Like, this is already 95 on up to 102 on up to 110 for these things. Like, this is kind of interesting to see out here. And yeah, just yesterday, you had sales on this thing on 1.7. Somebody's going to come through here and clean that up today as the morning starts off. Stellars on the other end, we have 12 of these up on listings right now, which is going to put you about 75 on up to 85 for the category of this. We've already started to see some movements happening here as the morning is going, I see. And then, of course, yeah, good old Diabell, the queen of the White Forest. These are already up to 50. I see you can get a mod play there for 33 from Ideal, which, interesting. It's pretty a big drop there for these. Yeah, no real major sales data on that, I see. That's interesting. Okay. And then, of course, Silvera coming in at 41. We have Resilia, the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. This is coming about 40, I see. Now, down here in your secret rares, this is where the fun begins, honestly, in terms of dumb stuff. These are 33 on up to 35 right now. These are not stopping. Oh, no. Where'd all my sales data go? No. Interesting. I see that, see, we have some fun errors happening here on this side of things. Oh, no. Okay, well, interesting. Thank you, TCG players. Just not a normal day without something going wrong here. Interestingly enough, these are 35. Meanwhile, these are coming in at 38s, which is kind of crazy. These are heading on up to a 40. That might be the one to get. And, oh, it's back. Okay, $38 on these, which is actually a little bit more acceptable for the most part. But in terms of, you know, what we're kind of expecting here for the rest of the Sinful Spoil stuff, it's set in a Stellar really about it. Love the fact that a Stellar is literally two and almost a half equal in a set, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, these are hitting on up to $20 on the verified side of things for White Forest. So, you know, if you don't have your White Forest stuff, I mean, there's not really much I can tell you. You know, we kind of were expecting this stuff to go up. This has been no mystery. You know, we have the new little piece coming out in Supreme Darkness. We have the lore continuing on in the next set. Like, this has been written forever. Now, let's flip on over to the other side of the lore. The Sinful Spoils. Good old Deception. Yeah, 17 listings of this. This card's not doing too well here in terms of things. I see that you are accelerating on up to 81, on up to 90, and you're almost hitting 100 out here, to be honest with you. Yeah, do with that info what you will. Sinful Spoils Quarter Centuries, these are 75s. The regular Deceptions, we're at 35 this morning, which is not terrible. I mean, you're heading on up a little bit, but it's not necessarily the greatest in the world. OSS dropped back down to 16 after its ban. And then, of course, 17s. And then, of course, the Platinum Seeker is nice, $3. Yeah, Wanted should be extremely easy for you to get at this point. Now, to the Asamina side of things. Yes, Mu Resolago. This card is back down to 45. There was a time where we were starting to see this card, you know, trying to climb up the ranks and do a little bit more, but we've kind of calmed back down a little bit, which is good. Moe Regina. This is the one that I think a few more people are, I guess, a little bit more worried about right now. In terms of things, you are at $20 right now for the QCR of this. I don't know why we're, you know, kind of freaking out as much about this card. I think that the card is cool for the most part, but I don't know, people like to, you know, get excited for things really outside of their control for the most part. So, I mean, the rest of the Asamina stuff, you know, you're already hitting this at like the $3-4 mark, but that's it. Easy stuff. Now, shifting on over to the Diabellstar side of things. QCR Diabellstars, these are pretty impressive, actually. I'm actually kind of horrified with how much of these have gone up to. You're telling me that I have to spend $100 and almost $60 to pick these up, which is kind of crazy, actually. I'm not really feeling that all that much. And then, of course, the Snake Eyes Diabellstar, $26. That one's a little bit cheaper, but, you know, we did kind of lose some of the combo potential with this. The Diabellstar is actually from the OTS pack, which you kind of feel like they're a dime a dozen right now. Surprisingly, these are about $25 and still kind of holding right now, which is actually pretty good. In terms of the rest of the Diabellstar stuff, your Platinum Secret is $9. Snake Eyes Diabellstar is a $4 card. PCR Witches, $3. I feel like most of your low rarity witches are going to come in about $2 to $3 out here for the most part. Yeah, all day long. So take your Diabellstar Poison in terms of which version you want. Now, alright, so that's our Diabellstar lore. So what in the actual crap happened to this? So yesterday I talked about Ultimate Dragon of Pride and Soul, and I saw some OCG players complaining about this too, because it's 3 monsters with the original 2500 attack and defense. Guess what the Regenesis archetype was yesterday? It was all fueled by monsters with 2500 attack and defense. And unfortunately, we've reached this point today that the market has not been very kind to this card. And Regenesis just threw this card. You can't even see all your sales data here, but it's enough for you to know. We had the $65 versions yesterday, and they're gone. Should you be spending $124 on this card? No, you shouldn't be. Like, if anything, the only thing that you need to really be worried about right now is just being patient with this. All right, I highly recommend that you don't spend $100+ on this thing, because I don't think that this card's gonna see play in Regenesis. You guys saw the very early build of Regenesis and what we were doing, and I don't think that this card is very solid for the deck. Against the deck, sure, super poly all day long, but they're just gonna get all the pieces back to the hand on the next turn, so it kinda not gonna be too fun. Also, we've been keeping an eye on this. This has got to be Master Duel hype. Like, it 100% has to be fueled by Master Duel. For the people that don't realize this, Master Duel does have an effect on the market. It's not been discussed in a little while because, you know, we've been kind of looking around elsewhere out here and kind of forgetting that this is a thing, but your QCR Dark Dragoon has been accelerating out here because, once again, people are looking at Master Duel. They're going, oh my god, Reno's Dark Dragoon! This card's so broken! Insert, easiest card in the world to play on Online Simulator. You come back to this and you're just like, oh yeah, like, it's not very good. Triple Tactics Thrust. We're just bringing... this card is talked about every day. And, we're currently at $45 on up to $46 right now. I don't magically see this card exploding much more overnight, but people seem to think that they're going to wake up the next day and that this card's going to be, way more money than it actually is. I hate to be the bearer of bad news to tell you this, but this card, I almost am 100% sure is going to be on the next spotlight for a future ban list. I do not imagine that this card gets off scot-free. So, I'm going to approach this very cautiously. That's what I'm doing with my mentality towards this card. You guys can do whatever you really want to with this. Serpent Knight Dragon Speed Duel. Hey, look, I can get a mod play for $15. That's cool. Near mints are like $15. Whenever you're looking at the Speed Duel Ultra Rares, you got to remember that these cards, Speed Duel is effectively dead at this point. So you never really know what crazy little fun thing that's going to, kind of fluctuate in value for the next set. Hey, just a nice little collector's piece. And of course, I haven't really had a lot of time to talk about Soul Drain yet. Soul Drain showed up out of a regional deck list that was using this against Malice so that you could basically punish your opponent. Yeah, I know, right? Being able to floodgate them out of the game seems absurdly good, right? You want to make sure that your opponent cannot, that's exactly what you get with this. You get an auto shutdown button and the ability just to tell your opponent, no, we're not going to allow you the chance to accelerate on in to that play line, which is actually pretty good. And I really like that. So what do you guys think about today's market? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.